Hello everybody, don't fall asleep, please. Today we are gonna go on our truck in our regular career to continue. Salut, Codruț! To continue our road to the big company. Where am I? I am at Bandirma. Let's see if we have something here to pick up. Ooh, just a moment. Nope. This is why it's better to normalize all audio data when we go live, because it's possible to have different levels. Whoops. Let's see what we have here. Ancona. 45,000. Okay. Let's go with this. What? What 3 hours? Are you crazy? Shit. I'm kind of not interested in the next game in World Cup. Something to do with Poland and Poland, and Saudi Arabia. Because 2,600 kilometers. Wow, mother. Oh, seriously, dude? I understand your math now, Marian. 1,000 kilometers, 50 minutes. Yeah, 50 minutes for you. Maybe more for me because I have the speed limit, like in real life, enabled to 19, 90, not 19. I cannot speak today again. So it's gonna take longer. If I can make it, okay. If not, be it. There is always next time. But I want to make some money to buy a trailer to increase my revenue in the future deliveries, or to upgrade my garage, I suppose. I think it's gonna be nice and boring. Uh, Nothing bad can happen. I mean, we are gonna give our money most of our money to the police, so no news there. But we are gonna run legally all the way. This, if my cat is not gonna find something interesting to do between my pedals, like he is always doing. Uh, I have seen you posted the stream. Yesterday I was kind of busy. I never managed to do my all usual stuff around home. I did find some time to mop a little in the morning, but I've decided to watch the stream when I have time in one piece, because usually I don't like to watch YouTube videos in pieces. Ah, and here we go again. Speed. Bang. A little city, give us money. Another little city, give us more money. A police car, give us money. More police cars, give us more money. At least they can give me the title official sponsor of the police force. Hello, Stefan Bojicevic. Whoops, 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 whoops. This truck is not very stable. I don't know why. It seems very happy to flip on the side. Of course, for me, all I have left to do is to spend money to repair it, so. But it's not my fault. I'm an excellent driver and a humble and modest man. Whoops. Yeah, I suppose in this profile, I suppose I have the stability setting very bad. let's go slow to avoid paying more money to police. Hello Neil, welcome to the stream. Let's see the route. Okay, we are gonna pass the Dardanelle Bridge, go to Tekirdağ, and from Tekirdağ we are gonna go in the Balkan DLC area. We are gonna pass in the okay, we are gonna use this part from Roex Extended, and from there all the way to Ancona. Let's see if we make it in one piece. What are your plans for this weekend? World Cup? Going out? I miss a barbecue, but the weather was very wild here. We had a lot of rain. Now it's sunny, but with a strong wind, and a little cold, so I'm gonna forget about that barbecue and settle for whatever I will have in the fridge. Sunday, tomorrow, we have a lot, another stream. Don't tell me the stream you did yesterday. I suppose it was an ETS, because if it's on American Truck Simulator, I'm not gonna watch it. You have, Mariana, a very interesting video posted by SES Software on YouTube in Czech language about their road to create SES software. Very interesting one. It's telling me some stuff. I understand. I finally understand. In fact, not finally understand. I knew that before, but now I have my confirmation with this video about the way they are looking at the game itself, the game engine, and everything. So it was very interesting to watch. Yeah. Yeah, it's a company who has now over 200 employees, but they are still looking at things like a small family company. So people who are talking about new game engine, new UFOs or whatever they want in the game, uh, it's something I knew before, but this was a confirmation. They are not willing to take the game to another level. The main direction and the main focus is to create content and to add it to the existing platform. That means creating DLCs, sell them, and this is the development. Uh, yeah, it's a glimpse to the future, but the future is exactly how I suppose it to be. They are still keeping the company and the thinking in the limits of a small company, which is nothing bad. In fact, it's very nice because I don't need a corporation to manage this game. If this game uh, lands uh, in the property or of some corporation like EA or other gaming corporation, it's gonna be destroyed. We are gonna have microtransactions. We are gonna have uh, encrypted files. So the modding community is gonna disappear in 2 seconds. So I prefer this uh, option than that one. I'm not one of the people who are complaining every day in annoying, lame push on SCS forum, complaining about graphics, about we need a new game engine. I need to see my uh, game in 4K and something like this. Yeah, everyone wants that, but uh, I prefer to have the game in this state, which is way more much improved than the original game. And this is an idiot AI. This I'm not gonna accept. Better to see a smart AI than this one. Yeah, this is an improvement I want to see, and this is not related to the game engine. But people who are complaining in a continuous way, oh, I have a extraterrestrial graphic card and my game is running in 60 FPS. Yeah, this, so what? This is the power of the game. You don't like it, don't play it. Stop complaining. Anyway, in the last 5 years, the game is already changed a lot. And for me, I don't know how uh, do you see this on my stream, but watching the game now, on my monitor. It's looking very, very fine. Uh, I'm using NVIDIA Profile Inspector settings, who are available on our forum if you have an NVIDIA graphic card. I have the scaling to 100, and I have, if you see of the power lines, if you see the railing or the fences, I have a good anti-aliasing, because of course the anti-aliasing from original anti-aliasing from the game is not that great, but with some tricks we can make it even better. I don't need a 60 gigabytes game engine to run this game. Yes, Stefan. Oh, until now, I have watched every game. Even now, while I am driving, I'm watching Portugal versus Emirates. In fact, not Emirates, Saudi Arabia. I think it's called in English. But I'm a little disappointed by the World Cup this year. It doesn't seem like a normal World Cup. The games are very low quality sometimes. Uh, I am sick of the European football with those 500 passes in the middle of the field. I am sick of it. Neil, you can have good frame rates, but you must keep in mind many times it's not the game fault that we have a bad FPS. Many times is the user fault, because they use mods with 4K textures. They use mods who are not optimized, and I'm not talking about maps here. I'm talking about everything. Even a truck mod, if you use, if the textures of that truck are huge, you are going to have performance problems. So if you increase the traffic, I had the stream few days ago when I had the traffic to 8, and despite the fact I have a good PC, my game was already frozen. Ah, Stefan, I know it's not safe, but let's say I need double fun. Play the game and watch the game. Play the ETS game and watch the football game in the same time. Uh, Not really watching the game. I'm not that interested in this match. I don't think it's gonna offer something to the World Cup quality, but I'm keeping it open at least to see the goals. 50, 60 FPS are great, because above 60 FPS, the human eye cannot make a significant difference. But I told you many times the low performance of this game, it's not because the game itself, but it's about user mistake. Many I have seen a lot of game logs with problems, or and I have seen people using not dozens but hundreds of mods. Uh, so if you complain, whoops, if you complain about performance, when you have several gigas of data in mod folder, uh, just shut up. Don't tell people about it. This game has some limitation, and this is why I was talking about that video with SCS software development in time in 25 years. This game has limitations because it's not made it for by a big corporation who has a lot of people working on a lot of versions of a game engine. So that's it. This is what we have to live with. And I told you, like everybody, I want everything to be improved and updated, the performance to be great, to use a huge number of AI traffic like in real life, to have a real traffic density. Uh, in this one, for example, I have my Supertraffic mod enabled, but it's in decent numbers. And I want all the stuff people want, but I keep in mind the alternative. I rather have this than to see this game on the hands of a big corporation. Uh, if you want a badge of your on your truck, you have to pay. If you want something to add to your truck, you have to pay. If you want to unlock some city or some company, you have to pay. Microtransactions. Companies, big companies who are ruining the gaming experience for years. So except ETS and American Truck DLCs, I never bought any game in the last 5 years. When I see something about microtransaction, I will not buy the original game. I don't know why this is not labeled illegal, because it's illegal. If I buy something, I want the final product. I don't want to you to sell me uh, an half-ass made it game and to make me pay later if I want something more. This is a scam. We are living Turkey. Ooh, easy. I must enable the sleepy guy and take a nap to drive on daylight. AK, AK Kirk's Gaming. Hi, welcome to the stream. Evilari, hello. Whoops. I told you, Evilari, I'm gonna do everything like in real life. Do you think I have... what the fuck this guy is doing? Do you think I have a hard economy mod just because I like pain? When I see the original game giving me 80,000 euros for a simple delivery, I close the game. That's not real. Never will be. Oh, I need to press some button. Okay. And let's try to enable the sleepy guy and sleep. Wow. Okay. Shit, the sleepy guy is not that tired, but anyway, I'm gonna sleep. Oh, he's sleeping. This lazy dude is sleeping 9 hours even if he's not tired. What a lazy guy. What? The AI traffic being the AI traffic. They don't give a fuck about priority and something like this. This traffic behavior is something I'm screaming for years to be improved. It needs a big improvement. It has many, many problems. Um, my dearest example is when the AI traffic is stopping to give me way, even if I supposed to give them way, but they are stopping in a position that is blocking my exit. So they are just sitting there in the middle of the streets, and I'm watching like an idiot. I cannot go out from that street with that AI stop it there. I don't know if it got worse. It has set something, it has certain things that are not working, like the one I just told you about it, like giving way issues, uh, like, in fact, I'm talking about all the situations where you are almost invisible for the AI traffic. If you do a mistake or if you cross a line, they hit you like you don't exist. They don't brake, they don't avoid you, they don't slow down. They just go until there are many things uh, overtaken in highways. In the real world, you don't see trucks one next to each other uh, blocking the highway. It's very, very rare, and uh, it's possible just when the traffic density is very low. Xperia, hello. Dracula on ETS. Wow. I know people on certain forums and certain communities are describing me as being a very bad man, but from that to Dracula, it's a long way. I'm not sucking blood or something. In fact, I don't suck anything. And for your information, today we are drinking and driving. I have a nice Romanian brandy next to me. In fact, it's not, I don't know if it's Romanian or Greek, but uh, it tastes good and is doing wonders for my appetite. So when the stream is gonna be over, I will have a huge uh, need to eat something. This is why I like Balkan DLC, because like in real life, Bulgaria and Romania has no highways, almost. Uh, in Bulgaria, from what I remember when I was there, 2 years ago. They are working very hard to expand their highway grid, but in Romania we are still in the situation where the constructors just take money and leave, doing nothing. Yeah, experience. I know you made a joke. Go juice. I've told you. Romanian brandy. I don't have any plans to drive in real life today, so I can afford to drink something. Uh, the only driving I will do today is this one, and here they are not gonna ask me if I drink something or not. So don't do this at home. Don't drink and drive. But if you are driving in ETS, be my guest. It makes the game more fun. Oh, no way. Exterior, you must be more specific about ETS driving because I had those deliveries from Moscow when I was driving like a secret agent in translation, hitting everything. But if you talk about this kind of driving like today, yes, it's not a big difference. I'm just more relaxed because in real life the level of the attention is bigger than the level I have in the game, which is pretty normal. But in real life also, if I have room and I have enough speeds, no problem. You know, you must deliver eventually that cargo. You don't need to sleep on the road. I suppose Marianne Experior already knows that I'm driving trucks in real life also. But it's a special situation because I'm not working like a actual truck driver. It's not my job, my day-to-day job. I took my driving license starting with this game as a hobby, and I was very interested to see how this works in real life. So, and because I have a lot of friends who are working in real logistics and they have companies with a lot of trucks, when they need something, when I want to go on driving, like I did this year all over Europe because I wanted to go with a truck in UK to see how is in real life to drive a truck in UK, but with a left-hand wheel. Other than that, I'm not working. I'm not doing that as a job. But if eventually I will be in a position to make that, or I need to do that as a regular job, I have no problem. It's a very nice job, but very hard, extremely hard. What you see in ETS is nothing. Drugs? I don't know what you mean, exterior. In real life, you have a schedule. You cannot pass that schedule. You need to drive inside uh, some program. You need to rest. You need to drive. You need to make the delivery in a reasonable time. So I don't think drugs is a subject in this in any way, shape or form. And when I am away in real life driving a truck, I don't drink alcohol. I don't use nothing because it already is very exhausting to sit 9 hours behind the wheel to drive a 40 tons vehicle. So you don't need anything else. Just a good sleep, good food, and to keep your mind and your eyes on the road. Because you are not driving a toy. You are driving a mastodont. And everywhere in Europe where I was, UK, the people are very nice when they are dealing with truck drivers. They let you pass, they let you go, they give you space to take the curb or to enter in some yard. So exterior is nothing fun about drugs. And trust me, uh, after my first after my first delivery, which was from Romania to Greece in Athens, I was so exhausted that I was lucky to have a weekend in front of me, taking my weekly uh, pause, my weekly rest time. So almost 2 days standing in that gas parking, I was asleep most of the time. So you don't need nothing, trust me. Uh, no, Xperia. From I don't know if I have all the information correct, but I suppose in United States the truck drivers are not protected by any law. There is no sleeping time, mandatory resting time, and so on. So the employer can make you drive 48 hours if they want. So no, thank you. Uh, that's not something I like to do. We have some laws here in Europe just because that reason, because as a owner of a trucking company, of course you want your employer to drive 24 hours from 24 hours, but it's not possible, and that driver is not gonna be safe, or and in fact not or and is not gonna be safe, and is gonna be a ticking bomb on the roads. So that barrier hit me. It's an aggressive one. This is a extended part. I have a video about passing this exactly ferry boat in real life, which was more exciting than this one. Sadly, I did some videos when I was in Greece, but this time going this year going all over Europe, all the way to Wales in UK, near Swansea. Uh, I did some recording, but eventually I decided not to make them public because for some reason the quality, the frame rate, the shaking of the camera was too big. So the quality was very bad, and I decided not to publish them. I have just a few photos. Come on, people, I have some work to do. And we are gonna stay here until the kids are going to the college. Hey, I've told you, Experior, I don't know. I was under the impression that this is how the things are going in US. I never heard about laws or something like that. But maybe it's just my lack of interest and my lack of information. It's nice, and it's supposed to be like that for a truck driver, because I've told you, the employer is gonna force you to drive uh, over your normal possibilities, human possibilities, because they just want to make deliveries and very fast and to make money on your work. But if they have everything like you said, yeah, that's fine. And in this, in that situation, I will not be scared to drive there. Trust me, it's very confusing and hard to came from Europe and to drive in UK on the road on the wrong side of the road. It's more confusing to do that, and I was very careful. That was the reason I never had any incident in UK, but you can have one very easy because you cannot see like normal truck drivers are seeing in UK. You cannot see the right part of the truck because your driving wheel it's on the left, and it's very dangerous to drive like that. But eventually you will get used to do that. But it's not something I recommend. I just wanted to the experience to see how it is and how if it's that hard, like people said. It's not, because in UK you are driving mostly on highways, and there it's basically not a big deal to drive. Just be careful when you change the lane. Other than that, nothing will happen. And Poland just scored the goal. Easy peasy. Driving in Romania and Bulgaria is very dangerous, not in US, where you have the roads big enough to land a plane. But here in Romania and Bulgaria, on the national roads, which are more narrow in real life than the roads from this game, and of course in worse condition than the ones, this one from the game. I don't know what you are talking about, Xperior. We are driving very nice and very safe here. Nothing did, no one did something dangerous. And Saudi Arabia has a penalty. It's pretty nice to see Poland uh, unable to beat someone from another part of the world where the football is not that developed. We don't have horses and wagons exterior. Those are no longer available in Romania. Maybe in some small, far, isolated villages, yes, we still have those, but and Saudi Arabia missed the penalty. Talking about being small and unlucky when things are not gonna go your way, it's pretty sad. Yeah, your Polska exterior is far, far, far from the Polska I know. If we are speaking about football, of course, I'm not supposed to talk about other national teams when our national teams, our national team, it's a joke. But in real life, this road along the Danube is very nice. SES did a good job here, but of course it's just a small part because of the scale of the map. But going this road in real life, it's very nice. Of course, very dangerous also. Barely avoided. Not necessarily in the 70s exterior, even the 19s. After the fall of the communism in 89, 19s, all of our golden generation players went outside to play in the West, and We had quite a few very good players playing for big teams, but at that moment in time, the payment was not even close to today's salaries and numbers in general when you talk about football. I watch Premier League outside the World Cup. I watch Premier League. I don't like Spain football. I hate that Titi Kaka Maka style. I literally hate it. Guardiola was the guy who destroyed football. Uh, Even in Premier League, I don't watch City, Manchester City, because I'm sick and tired to see 400 passes between defenders and lazy football in the middle of the field. But sadly, this kind of football I see was adopted by many teams. If we talk about national teams or even clubs, this is why I watch World Cup, not for European national teams, but for African, Asian ones, South American ones, except Argentina and Brazil, who are playing like Europeans. But I suppose the money these players get from a football career are way too many. Way too many. And you, England, as a country who has Premier League, you cannot beat USA, who doesn't even have football. It has something similar to football, named soccer. This is the story of this boring. This is the result of this boring way of playing football in Europe. Passing, 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 passing. with no reason, with no going forward, with nothing. So I hope England will go home and the US is gonna go further because they deserve it. Oh, the sleepy guy. The sleepy guy started to. Did I told you this feature with this guy making sounds when I'm driving? It's one of the things I hate the most in this game. Lewandowski. Uh, Lewandowski, like his younger brother from Manchester City, Haaland. These are players who are waiting for opportunities. That's it. That's all. Uh, I'm not very impressed by Lewandowski. I will say Haaland is way better than Lewandowski because he has some dribbling abilities. Lewandowski is just there when he needs to be there. That's it. That's all. If he doesn't have a team behind him uh, to give to give him balls to score, Lewandowski by itself is not something to be scared of. It's not like Ronaldinho or Ronaldo, the Brazilian, or even Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi or you name it. And we have real traffic on the highway. But unlike real life, in this game, the AI is sleeping on the second lane for no reason. You cannot stay on the second lane just doing nothing like this guy with this van same day. I'm also sick of AI following the speed limits by the rule, by the letter. This is not something we see in real life. Nah, I don't have the patience for that experience. But even I, as a newbie in coaching some national team, I would not place uh, Gareth Bale on the field. Really, dude. I think you don't need to be, let's fuck off. You don't need to be uh, very skilled and have a lot of knowledge of football to see that player. It's already gone. Gareth Bale is retired and was retired uh, 5 years ago. I don't understand why he's still in the first team. And this is one of the reasons Wales did a shitty World Cup this year, because they are playing in the field with 10 players. Gareth Bale being the GOAT, the invisible man. I can almost say the same for Portugal. Ronaldo was a great player, but I suppose his time is gone. It's good to have it in the team, but not on the field. And if you ask in secret, the Portugal players are gonna say the same, but probably Ronaldo is Ronaldo, and he is supposed to be there, despite the fact he doesn't do anything for the Portugal team now. Very much noise about him scoring a goal in the last match from penalty, but it was a fake penalty. Not even in Romania you will get a penalty for a situation like that. But enough about football, I suppose. People are not watching already this stream. Maybe uh, they are all in front of TV watching Poland struggling to beat a small national team. And we need to activate the idiot and sleep. My exterior lights are not activated, of course. I suppose we can say so, Exterior. Uh, is not just he was not just a poster boy. He was good in his Real Madrid, for example, period, but not because he had talent like Messi, like Maradona, like uh, he was a working guy. He was a guy who worked very hard to improve some things he didn't have as a player, as a native player. Uh, this is why he always have uh, the same dribblings, the same moves, because those are mechanical moves. He forced himself to learn this those moves in the field. The shooting, the running, the jumping, everything about him is trained. It's improved by exercise and by work. And this is something I appreciate about him. He has a very strong will, and he decided to make himself better. And yeah, he did a lot of money, but trust me, there are players who are not even half of his value as a player, and they gain a lot of money. Uh, for example, we just talk about Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale, when was paid for nothing, since Ronaldo came to Real Madrid, took his place, and that was Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale was a poster boy for Wales national team, and that's it. Bye, Neil. As we say always, let's uh, give money to the people who are really working. Ronaldo was a working guy, and in my opinion, he deserves everything he's got. This is why there is no comparison between Messi or Ronaldo, or if you want, Ronaldinho. In my opinion, the best footballer ever played on any field. Morning, Mr. Sweet. Really? It's 4 p.m. here. We are talking about football like normal people during the World Cup games. And we have the second half ready to start. Let's remember to sleep somewhere. We have the second half ready to start in Portugal, Saudi Arabia. A game where Portugal is struggling very hard to beat this national team. I know, Mr. Swade. And we have a sleeping place in front of us to get rid of the rain and the tiredness. And but the dark, not the tiredness. Some people ask me why I need to activate the sleepy dude and deactivate him later. Is because if I don't have the sleepy guy activated and I sleep overnight to get rid of the night driving, uh, that sleeping time is gonna be taken out from my delivery time. So I need to activate the sleepy guy to postpone the uh, delivery time. Let's activate the let's activate it. Let's play. Let's go to sleep. And we are fine again on daylight without rain. And we have 1,000, a little over 1,000 kilometers to finish the delivery. Engine modes. We have, there are engine modes also, I suppose, for trucks who are already in the game. Don't worry, Mr. Swade, you didn't lost anything important. I am a big fan of World Cup, not so big fan of European Cup because I'm sick of European teams and that lazy football. Uh, but I'm big fan of World Cup because I can see teams, national teams that I cannot usually see in in a big competition like this. So I'm not watching to see Germany or England or France or something like this. I'm watching the World Cup to see Senegal, Cameroon, Japan, Korea, and so on. And I'm very happy they are performing well. And I like their football. It's like a fresh air to see that instead of this dusty 1 million passes European football. I'm not gonna comment on that, Mr. Swade. Uh, if you like what you bought, fine by me. Yeah. Uh, it's a it's a joy for me to see Japan defeating Germany. Maybe Germany will learn football because they forgot about how it is to play football. You don't score goals if you pass in the middle of the field between defenders for half an hour. That's not football. That's lazy, let's pass the time football. So I'm very happy uh, they lost. I'm very happy Argentina lost because Argentina is not playing the Argentina football. We know they are playing now the European football. So everything is fine. But I suppose they will do that exterior because the DLC was in development even the work started before the finishing of the Russian DLC because this is how SES is working. They are working basically now for Western Balkan DLC, but I can assure you another small team it's already started to work on the next DLC. I'm very curious to know what the next DLC will be because we knew about the Russian DLC, we knew about Western Balkans for a long time because I've told people even last year that the files for the Western DLC, Western Balkan DLC were already in the game. So it's pretty simple to suppose where the next DLC is gonna be, but this time I don't know what they are gonna do. Because it's pretty obvious that updates like Austria update, Germany update, now the Swiss update. Uh, whoa! Watching the game and driving, not a good idea. I've just seen uh, a phase in the game. Very hard for Poland. It's very funny to see Poland struggling like this with players on the grass to defend the gate against Saudi Arabia. If anyone has any information about the next DLC, please share it. I don't have a fucking clue where SES is gonna go. I suppose the only empty spaces available are Ukraine and Belarus, and I'm not gonna. I don't think they are going there for obvious reasons. Most likely, they are gonna avoid that until the war is over. Uh, Another available space will be Greece and perhaps maybe a bigger part of Turkey. Scandinavia will be an option for full development. UK will be my first option if someone asks about my opinion on this. So I really don't know. I cannot see the next destination for ETS, for the next DLC. I would like to see the Russian DLC released. They can do an honorable job to help Ukraine also to release the DLC. They can change the price of the DLC with Russia. Let's say 18 euro the DLC itself, and adding 5 euro or whatever to the price to make it 24 or 26, 30, and the difference between 18 and the final price to go to Ukraine. And in this way you sell your DLC and you do a good job. Nobody can complain about it. I would like to see that DLC released, and I would like to see this Balkan DLC, Western Balkan DLC released much faster. The exterior, there is a video uploaded by the SES. I have seen it today. It's about the history of making of SES software. It's very interesting history, what they did in the last 25 years to create the SES software and this game and American Truck. And if I understand correctly, the American Truck team, it's located in US, not in Europe. They are not working from what I've seen in that video. They are not people from ETS are not working in American Truck DLCs or vice versa. So every team, it's with his own development. Of course, they are using technical updates or improvement for both games, but when it comes to DLCs, map DLCs, I am under the impression that the teams are separate. And trust me, it's very hard to work on the same DLC when your mappers are in US and Europe. I never knew. In my head, I supposed that American truck team it's also in Czechia, in Prague. But from what I have seen in that video, the creation of American truck it's in America, in US. Maybe I understand something wrong. I don't know, but and it's pretty complicated to take mappers from one game to use him in the other game because the assets and the stuff you need to know are different from ETS to American truck. So it's better to have a mapper knowing all the materials available. Because if I'm starting now to do maps in American Truck Simulator, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna look for things very hard in the first period. So I don't think it's better. It's way better to start with a new mapper, a newbie, than take a mapper from the other game. Yeah, like I've said, I'm very convinced that northern part of the Europe, Scandinavia, and so on, uh, has a lot of room for new DLC. And I remember talking with Swedish people and the people who are used with Norway, Sweden, uh, talking about beautiful parts of those countries who for now are left out because let's face it, the North DLC was okay, but it was small. We can have an UK DLC because the UK we have in original game it's basically nothing. I discovered an observation point. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I don't give a shit about those. someone at SCS lost his time doing this. I don't know how to call it, features, whatever. Maybe we are gonna have Ireland, or we are gonna have, I don't know, Iceland and a big part of northern UK, or something like this, or Scandinavia. It's too soon to have Greece, because the Western Balkan was not released yet. They did a great job here in Austria. Uh, I remember very well. I was on someone's stream participating in a convoy uh, on World of on Truckers MP, uh, and we just going all over Austria, the old Austria, and then the 145 was released, and a few days later we we're back in Austria, this kind of Austria, and it was a very eye-opener experience because you can actually see and grasp the big difference between older parts of the map and new things created by new standards, which is very nice to see. I don't understand why SCS doesn't increase the team for these upgrades, because we have a lot of those in Europe, like Czechia and Slovakia, Poland, and so on. And even I've told people, and they think I'm saying this with some bad intention or something, but even in other maps like Poland Rebuilding or Promods, things are getting very old. But we are not talking here about custom-made maps. I'm talking about SCS map, where it looks like stay there, mother. I'm talking about SCS area where we have parts like going east, who are looking very bad today. And like I've said, sadly, the same look we have in other maps. I remember even in Roex Extended, when the Balkan DLC was released, I deleted the entire Romania, Serbia, Bulgaria, and all the parts I had outside Ukraine. And even so, when I released the new Roex Extended, the one who incorporated the new Balkan DLC, I realized how old materials are looking, placing them side by side with new materials from Balkan or from Baltic DLC, even from Italy. And I remember changing the entire map to get rid of those old road textures, old prefabs, to remake entire parts of the map. So eventually that took me, I think, 3 or 4 months. But in the end, I was happy that I don't have in Roex Extended any material older than Baltic DLC. So the look is changed. I'm not saying there is no room for improvement. Far from me this kind of impression. But at least I've eliminated those sidewalks and those ugly roads from going east. In the future, I suppose I'm gonna revisit Ukraine and Moldova because those are the oldest part of extended. The newest one are in Romania and Turkey, and the small Georgia add-on, and eventually I will need to revisit Ukraine because I don't like the option of letting things going old and outdated. This is already started because from now, for now, I cannot work in Ukraine because I have a guy there redoing all the gas stations with Ukrainian ones, and not just rebranding, but it's pretty good in modeling also. So he's doing some assets for gas stations to remake them as original Ukrainian gas stations. We already inserted this experiment in the map close to the city of Mykolaiv in Ukraine, and I hope that part with gas station is not gonna take too long, because after that I will go to update again Ukraine, even if not like before, uh, the whole country in one version, but I can apply the SES method, upgrading parts day by day. The development of Turkey is gonna continue. Whoa, and the dude with yawning started again. So let's place him on hold for now. Uh, Exterior, that's a tricky problem because we talk about that very many times with many people, everyone having an opinion. For me, it's very simple. If the and it's very real. For now, Crimea, like it or not, it's under Russian administration. Everything related to Crimea today is related to Russian administration. So I have no reason to place Crimea in extended under Ukrainian flag. I don't do judgments or take political decisions. I'm just depicting the real situation. When Crimea is gonna be back to Ukraine, it's pretty easy for me to create this change in extended also, but until then, I don't want to take decisions like this just because. I don't know the history of the place. I don't know if Russia is more entitled than Ukraine to have that territory, or Ukraine has more rights, or something like this. I am not the guy who is gonna decide this. So I'll stick to real situation. Like it or not, that's the reality today, and that's it. And after defending and defending and defending, Poland managed to score the second goal. It's pretty sad to see teams like this struggling with teams with a national team who has no uh, aspirations or dreams about going further. They are just happy to be there at the World Cup, and yeah, that's it. And I hope I'm not gonna damage any fans because I'm watching the replays. And yes, the Lewandowski, just an opportunist guy, waited for a mistake of the central defender, took the ball and placed it in the goal. And that's all you need to do. Back to our subject, Exterior. The things are in limbo right now, in waiting mode, because we don't know how the things are gonna evolve in that area. Who knows? Maybe a few years from now, we are gonna need to add more territory to Russia. Who knows where the lines are gonna be drawn? Uh, Exterior, we have a part of Romania even in Ukraine, not only Moldova. But I don't think this is a subject people must have now about where, when, which territory was where. I don't care about that. I just, if if we are gonna have an open world, an open Europe or something like this, things like that are gonna lose importance. Nobody will care about if they name themselves Moldova or not, or but we are far from that. Even Romania, it's a second-grade European country. I just talked with one of my friends who have some trucks going to Germany, and his trucks are stuck in Romanian-Hungarian border for 48 hours. In this channel I have a video when I stayed 24 hours in a border between Greece and Bulgaria, and my truck was filled with disinfectants for hospitals in Romania, and the border police didn't give a fuck. This was happening just in the middle of COVID crisis, so they are worried and careful just on TV. In the real life, they don't give a fuck about us, about anything. So, yeah, Romania, it's in Europe, allegedly. Hungary, it's in Europe, but we need to spend 48 hours to cross that border, which is nice. You feel like a European citizen. This is how you create anti-Europe movements. But trust me, this is not a problem today, from today, or from yesterday. This is a permanent problem. I remember going to Greece, staying 24 hours to pass at Vidin from Romania to Bulgaria, staying 24 hours to pass from Greece to Bulgaria. When I went out this year in Europe, I was lucky because on that border check there was a Romanian border police officer who was in a bad mood. I mean, he was in the lazy mood, and seeing the truck with Romanian numbers just made me the sign to pass, to go without any control. I was very lucky to have that kind of border passing, but going out of Hungary all the way to UK, I never had any control. I never stayed anywhere. I didn't even know when I passed the border between Slovakia and Czechia, because it's supposed to buy that I don't know what to say in English, the vignette for passing from a country to another. I realized I'm in Czechia just when I stopped to a gas station, and I've seen the numbers of the cars, and I've asked a fellow trucker in which country we are in, and the guy started to laugh, of course, that's normal. And luckily I was able to buy that vignette in that gas station. But other than that, we are not European citizens, Romanians. No, we are second grade wannabe European citizens. We still enjoy the Romanian salaries, the minimum legal salary in Romania, it's 200, almost 300 euros. So you need to live if you have a family of two young people working for minimum salary, because this is the salary most employers are giving here in Romania for simple jobs. Uh, you will gain 600 euros per month, and you need to live with those money to pay a rent, to pay maybe the bank, to raise your kids. But we are very European when we talk about prices. The prices are the same like in the rest of the Europe, which is pretty nice. Judging, comparing our salaries with any real European citizen salary. So everything is fine, everything is fair. I don't need to uh, worry about the future or something like this, but if I was younger, uh, I will live, I would leave Romania in the first second. This was, if I was 30, 35 today or younger, my first and the only thing I will have on my agenda will be leave now. Whoops, idiot. Mariam told me that it's gonna take me 3 hours and over to deliver this. Uh, my delivery point is in the back, I suppose. Exterior, trust me, that means nothing. Uh, is not related to my subject of discussion. Uh, every time I was outside Romania, I never had any currency on me, uh, plain money. I have my bank card, and I never had a problem to pay with that card everywhere. It doesn't matter what country I was in. Uh, and honestly, I don't think it's going to change something in Romania if we are going to use lei or euro, because the price is going to be the same, the salary is going to be the same. Now, it's not going to be in lei, it's going to be in euro, but the difference is going to be the same. So that discussion about currency, I don't care about it, and it's not related to the problem. The problem is nobody has any interest that to bring Poland, to bring the former communist countries to the level of developed country from West, uh, they have no interest on doing that because we represent cheap labor, and if we are going to have at least half of the payment from Germany or France or whatever, half of the work payment from those countries, probably the Romanian are going to stay home. But because we are a joke for European Union, uh, we need to go in West. Most likely, people uh, who don't have basically a specialized diploma or something like this. Uh, Romanian are good for hard work in Europe for little money. I have a lot of friends and even family members that are working in some countries in Europe and even specialized work. But my friend working is working in Italy in a factory, a specialized working place, uh, and is doing exactly the same thing like a Italian guy next to him, and is paid 50% less than the Italian guy. So everything is fine. Uh, Europe need Polish or Romanian truck drivers uh, with Romanian Polish salaries because the local guys are asking for a lot of money to do the same work. I'm not going to turn this channel into politics, but it's good to keep touch with reality about these problems. So anyway, guys, we did a 2-hour stream. We delivered uh, almost in 2 hours. We have now 45,000. I don't know what a trailer is gonna cost. The simple one is 33 and 700. It's okay. I'm gonna buy one of these like a poor guy, but next time. And maybe with our trailer, we are gonna get more money from our career. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your likes. We are gonna see each other maybe. Let me see how I feel tonight after the last game of the World Cup. That been Argentina versus Mexico, a game I will like to watch. And if I'm in the mood and still up, I'm gonna do, I'm gonna continue this career, or even I'm gonna do a Russian truck again delivery. We will see. If not, I'm gonna stream probably tomorrow around noon or maybe in the morning. I don't know. That's it for today. Thank you very much. We'll see each other next time. Bye bye.